Well, the podcast beef continues between the Road Dogg Brian James and Dax the Axe Harwood of FTR as they continue to exchange jabs back and forth on their shows. I'm starting to think this is a work, to be honest with you. This is the second time that a Conrad Thompson podcast, he's got his little network of podcasts and such. The first one was Eric Bischoff and Ric Flair beefing with each other over their shows back and forth. And now we have Dax Harwood going at it with Road Dogg. This has been going on for a while. This stems back to comments that Dax Harwood had made about Raw 25. I think this was in a separate interview. I don't even think this was on the FTR podcast as of yet. Might have been before that, but Dax had made comments about how FTR was salty about the Raw 25 thing, where they basically just got treated like jobbers and they all got the shit kicked out of them by DX, and then they had to take all of DX's finishers. And then backstage, apparently nobody thanked FTR for doing the honors for them or anything like that. And then they weren't even used the next day or on the next show or anything. They were just straight up job guys. And apparently they took that to heart and they got really upset about that, took it personal, and had complained about it on some kind of interview or something somewhere along the way. I don't think it was on FTR quite yet. And then Road Dogg replied on his show, "Oh, you didn't know?" And he had basically said, like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't thank you for doing your fucking job." But, as Dax had said, that is the time-honored tradition. You thank even the jobbers after the match. Thank you for letting us do that. And X-Pac had admitted as much. Even though X-Pac had a fun little tweet this week after Raw 30, he said the only thing that sucked about it, working with Imperium or whatever, that segment that they had on Raw 30, the only thing that sucked about it was we didn't get to hit all of them with our finishers. X-Pac's the shit. I love X-Pac. He's so fun. He's a good dude. But he had spoken out about that, and he had said, "Yeah, I should have thanked them. I agree with Dax. I agree with Cash. I get where they're coming from. But Road Dogg, not as much." And this became a fucking punchline on Road Dogg's show week after week after week. And then Dax responded, and then fucking Road Dogg responded to that again. And then now we got Cassio Kid, is fucking Road Dogg's host and Conrad's best friend. He's chiming in with it too and giving his 2 cents. And he's out there stirring the pot, poking the bear, if you will. They just keep bringing it up. Check out this clip from "Oh, you didn't know?"
All right, here we go. Do you think these guys took things a little too seriously?
100%.
Okay.
They took it personally. And so I said this on the past podcast. I apologize for not thanking you guys. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. But I also mean from the bottom of my heart, if it hurt you so bad to do that you went back and punched a wall and cried, like, I just feel like you need to reevaluate what's going on in your world. And it seems to be that you've taken everything that happened around you extremely personal. And I don't think any of the people around you meant it in any way, shape, or form like you think they meant it, and meant it how you took it. And you've taken this and you've blown it up in your head for 5 years now, and you've made it something when it was nothing, and it still is nothing.
How did Imperium react to the creative between DX themselves, Seth, and the Street Profits? Somehow, I doubt it was met with not nearly as much devastation as some other people felt in a similar situation. We talked about it on the exclusive.
Yeah.
He popped. Gunther popped a little bit.
But in defense of who we were vaguely referencing there, we were not so vaguely referencing there. Look, Imperium didn't have to take everybody's finish.
Do you know if Kaiser punched holes in the wall, or was he good?
I'm not sure if he did.
You haven't heard any reports yet.
I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't heard reports, but.
So it's no wonder that FTR just continues to get pissy about this. And Dax had enough. He responded on his show. And, he had said, I wasn't going to talk about this anymore. I want to be done with it. I don't want to keep bringing it up every week. But he had something to say. He was pissed. Check out this clip.
I listened to this 15-minute tirade that he had to say about me, and I just want to let it go, but I don't want to talk about him anymore. I'm here to let bygones be bygones. I just wanted to get my story out there because, everyone can have their own perception, but now I have this platform, thanks to you, thanks to Connor, thanks to everyone, that I can tell my story, or at least part of my story.
Right.
And, for him to say that, and I'm going to get myself really worked up and I'm going to try not to, but for him to say that if I came to the back and I was so angry that I cried and punched the wall, then I need to get my priorities straight. No, I think I'm the last person in this wrestling world that needs to get their priorities straight. That kind of rubs me the wrong way. And I do take it very seriously, because if I don't take it seriously with the stature that I am and what I have to offer, then I'll just fall to the wayside and I'll just be another guy in the crowd. And I don't want that. I never want that, because ultimately the bigger star you are, the more money you can make and the more money I can give to my wife and daughter to take care of themselves. So I apologize, I guess, for being slightly upset that we were put out there in a 2-minute match to get beat clean, and then to follow up to get beat by all these guys who weren't going to be on TV the very next week. We were. And there was no follow-up plan for us. And I know there was no follow-up plan because me and Dan went and talked to Hunter, and he said, I really don't think there's anything next week for you guys. I'm not sure, though. You can talk to Vince. So, of course, I'm going to be upset because that's affecting my bottom dollar.
Maybe Dax does take things a little too seriously from time to time. He should be able to laugh at himself a little and be able to let things go a little bit. But I get it too. Wrestling, it's his career. It's his career on the line. You're treating us like a bunch of jobbers, and we're out there taking bumps for you guys, and you don't even come back and thank us or anything. We're just cast aside like we're fucking useless jobbers. And Dax had said ever since day one, since the first time he met the Road Dogg, or since Road Dogg seen him, Road Dogg had judged him, had thought less of him, didn't see much in him. And he's held on to that judgment the whole time. And you can see it. It comes out in Road Dogg's fucking podcast when he takes these jabs at Dax. It's and look, for Road Dogg, he often talks about being such a man of God. And he even said it on this very same show, or on his last show at least, or whatever. I don't know. I listened to a bunch of shit trying to find clips from Road Dogg to pull for this, but Road Dogg had talked about, I like to be able to lay my head down at night, and I know, if I can sleep easy at night, knowing that, I led a godly life, don't have anything to worry about, led the best life that I could today, was the best version of me, but yet out of the other side of his mouth, takes jabs at Bret Hart, takes jabs at CM Punk, takes jabs at Dax Harwood and FTR. He does it on almost every episode. Matter of fact, it was all three of them on the same episode. He talks shit about Bret again on the show. He talks shit about CM Punk again on the show, but yet he's a man of God, just trying to live his happy, peaceful life while we're talking shit about all these people and burying them on our show. You know what I mean? And this is a common trope with everybody in DX. Maybe not so much Waltman. Waltman's a really good dude, and he's got a good heart and a good head on his shoulders. But Triple H, very famous for this. Shawn Michaels, famous for this as well. They like to take the piss out of guys. Even a Vince McMahon, that's probably why he loved DX so much. These are the kind of guys that it's a bully mentality. They love to, when guys take themselves too seriously. It was why JR was always targeted too, because he's another guy that takes everything so seriously all the time that they love to just make fun of him and poke at him and take jabs at him and just take them down a notch. Take the piss out of them because it's funny, because they're so uptight that it's a joke to them to fucking poke them a little bit and watch them react, And that's exactly what Road Dogg is doing. Make no mistake here. He's not defending himself. He's not setting the record straight. That may be the first time, but when you just keep bringing it up week after week, and Cassio Kid's doing the same thing. And Dax had said, I think Cassio Kid's barking up the wrong tree. This motherfucker. And Matt Kuhn kind of jumped in and he's like, look, I know Cassio. He's Conrad's best friend. He's a good friend of mine. I don't think he meant anything by it. But, you listen to that clip And I think Cassio put a tweet out too. Cassio's stirring the pot on this one, so he's not blameless in this whole mess either. It could be a work. Maybe they're all just trying to, get each other to listen to each other's shows. I don't fucking know. But it seems like Road Dogg just kind of doesn't like FTR. And doesn't like CM Punk and doesn't like Bret Hart and finds every chance that he gets to take little pokes at him, take the piss out of him a little bit. He's a man of God, don't you know? He's a man of God. One of the godliest things you can do is continuously take jabs at people and insult them and make fun of them and talk down about them and bury them. That's a very godly thing to do. So that's what Road Dogg keeps doing. And I don't blame Dax for getting pissed about it at this point. And I'll tell you, Road Dogg's an executive at WWE. He sits at that fucking table with Triple H, man. He's right up there. And there's just, and even, Dax in the same podcast talked about, even in NXT, even though most people think everybody from NXT is Triple H's boys or whatever, Dax said not so much. They were never really Triple H's guys. Obviously, they were Triple H hires, and Triple H, I'm sure, saw potential in them, liked them enough to hire them and put them in a spotlight. But they were never Triple H guys. So I think all these people speculating that, FTR is going to return to the WWE after their contract's up with AEW because of the Young Bucks and Tony Khan's not using them right or whatever. Okay, what are they going to do? Go back to fucking WWE where Vince hates them, doesn't like tag teams in general. Will probably try to split them up if he's around. Triple H was never really their guy, so it's not like they're going to find any kind of solace in him. And fucking Road Dogg's an executive over there. He's going to be working behind the scenes, producing matches or fucking whatever the fuck he does back there. He's a higher up guy. He's in Triple H's inner circle. I think he's going to just suddenly be like, oh yeah, welcome in and let's all create magic together. No, they get brought in. They're going to get treated like shit, just like they were the first time. Maybe they'll make good money. Maybe they'll get a nice little initial push, but they're going to end up just getting buried. So I really don't think at this point, from everything that's been said and that's come out and just how people seem to like FTR there, I don't see it happening, but I could be wrong. But this beef continues. Hopefully this is the end of it. Dax said this is the last he wants to talk about it or address it. But I don't think this is anything Road Dogg is going to let up on anytime soon. And Road Dogg's probably going to rebut this. And he's always got to come back for something, right? He's always got to reply. He's always got to get that last word. And he's a man of God, don't you know? He's always got to get that jab in, though, doesn't he? Always got to take somebody down a notch. He's a man of God. I don't like the Road Dogg. I don't like that attitude. I don't like that bullying shit. It's funny. It can be funny from time to time. I'm not saying I won't laugh at it all the time, but I just think that mentality of trying to take people down for your own personal amusement, it's one thing if you're asked a question, some fan writes in and like, hey, what do you think of FTR? You don't got to lie and be like, oh yeah, I think they're great. If you don't like them, you can be like, I think they take themselves too seriously. I don't see anything so special about them. And I think that's, how the Bret Hart thing came about was a question like that. But then it just becomes like a gimmick on the show where it's like, oh, it's your weekly, let's rip on Dax Harwood segment. Let's rip on Bret Hart. Let's rip on CM Punk. They just keep it going because it's funny to them. That's how they get themselves off. It's amusing. And if you can tell, I think it's fucking ridiculous. And I don't like that kind of attitude, but maybe you do. I don't know. You think it's funny? Does FTR take themselves too seriously? Do they need to be taken down a peg? Are they not all that? Or, is Road Dogg just being a dick? Is he being a bully? Is he out of line when he continues to poke the bear like this? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next.
Oh yeah, thanks for checking out the video. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like it if you liked it. Yeah. You can check out full episodes each and every Sunday right here on the channel. Ooh yeah, dig it!